part of the production staff of the web series, Night to Dawn. We have author and world-renowned platinum speaker with the Les Brown Network, Dr. Charles Phillips, pastor of Kingdom Christian Center Church International. Also, we have assistant pastor, Dr. Angela Rucker of Bride of Christ Ministries. Dr. Rucker is also the founder and CEO of Cradle of Hope, a charitable foundation that supplies food, clothing, and services to poverty-stricken and displaced children around the world. Wow, this has to be something new for the both of you. Not only are you pastors of your own church, but now you're launching this new web series. Tell us a little bit about the project.
Dr. Rucker?
Well, Dr. Phillips, first of all, let me say I'm so excited about this. I think it's an amazing project.
Yes.
And when I think of the opportunity that it lends for so many people to experience a transformation, you know, how they move from a dark period of their life into a period where there is life and prosperity, and how God uses just the people themselves to reach other people, and the media that we're using, how we can effect change in so many people's lives. I think Night to Dawn really epitomizes the strength of the human spirit to soar above adversity.
Yes, yeah. I think it's a good example because if we look at television today, we have all of these models like the reality stories and all that. But I think what Night to Dawn represents, being over the internet, it really puts a challenge on television as well as movies. Because we have normal people just like you and I who have these wonderful testimonies and stories. And what's good about Night to Dawn is we don't have to wait until we go to Hollywood or somebody discovers us to tell our story. We are offering an opportunity to the Christian community and to all those who are interested and have a good story to tell to come and share their story with us. We will write the script, get the actors involved and actresses involved. And to me, as a pastor who loves people and likes to see people's lives progress, I think this web series is a good example of how we can take common everyday people and expose them to the world and show what God can really do.
Amen.
Yeah.
Why did you both get involved in a project entitled Night to Dawn?
Well, actually, my experience has been in the record industry. I've been an executive producer of an album for somebody, and as a matter of fact, it was a Stellar Award-winning album, and so I've got that experience. And then I've been on stage plays, and I've been involved with some measure of TV, and so for a long time, I actually was a part owner of a television network. So I've got all of that in my background, and so when Regina Knox, who happens to be our CEO, mentioned this thought and an idea to us, I thought, boy, this is a good idea because I don't see nobody else doing it. And I know because of the business that most of the people in the media industry, we're all copycats. We're all trying to do something that somebody else is doing and trying to do it better. But this was an original idea.
Yes, it was.
And I thought, wow, this could be something exciting. And I think that because of the background that I can bring to the table, I also saw the other people that she was bringing to the table, like Dr. Rucker and her experience and her bilingual or trilingual. I don't know how many linguals you have. But I mean, you know, when you bring a wealth of that kind of knowledge and people who have that kind of insight together, I thought this represents a great chance, even as a pastor and somebody who's involved with the industry, to just kind of broaden our perspective.
Amen. Amen. Well, personally, I've looked and I've seen how church is transitioning and how there's so many people now that are not going to church. And they're now looking toward the media, they're involved with technology, and I thought this was a great way to reach those that were not willing to come to church, but they want to know how to get things right in their lives. And Night to Dawn presents an opportunity where there can be such a transformation, because you're hearing testimonies from people who have been drug addicts, who've been alcoholics, people who have had no hope, people who thought life was through, and now they get an opportunity to hear others and see how God has taken them from one place to another, and they're now ready to receive that same transformation. But because they're not going to go to church, they can tune into Night to Dawn and they can receive that.
Yeah, what's good about that is that it's on 24 hours a day.
Amen.
I mean, if you're one of those who are insomniacs, if you can't sleep at night, click on Night to Dawn and there'll be a host of stories and testimony. And what I like about it too, Dr. Worker, is these normal, everyday actors and actresses get an opportunity.
Not only do you both endorse the project, but you're both on the board of directors. What can viewers expect from a series entitled Night to Dawn?
Go ahead.
Well, I think the name speaks for itself. It certainly tells you that there's a period of darkness in your life, and then you can expect to move from that period into a period of light.
Yeah.
I think you can expect change. You can expect empowerment. The testimonies will empower others to go and try to get help. And this is an avenue where they can tune in and hear what God has done for other people. You can expect change, you can expect empowerment, and I think you can expect reflection